Now, moving on to the main discourse of today. My guest today is known by many names. Some call him the Big Brother star, others call him the Delta boy on the runway, and yet others tag him the Jara Devo. Now, ranging from being a reality show star to a model and yet a man of the screen, Uti Nwachukwu is fearless to succeed and struts the fab lane. But that's not really why or what we want to know. I guess by now, millions of his fans and Nigerians have had enough of the Uti in the limelight. Who is Uti as a person or a regular Delta boy who left his home with dreams? I guess most times we get so starstruck that we really seem to forget that our legends and icons still have to go to the toilet. So, I want to know who Uti is. Feel free to join me if you can. Stay with us. Welcome back. You're still on the What's Trending, and I'm sure by now you already know the guest that we have here standing in the studio. It's no other but Uti Nwachukwu, and we intend to find out who really is Uti behind the screen. We're getting to know Uti for Uti. Thank you so much, Mr. Uti.
Hey, what's going on?
Yeah,
how
about you?
Nice one, nice one.
Thank you so much for your time.
Nice studio.
All right, now let's
Nice
start
picture.
with the man behind you.
I'm looking at the man in the mirror. Yeah, oh, look at that boy. Fine
Where
boy.
was that picture taken, really?
This was taken in my first year in university, my diploma. So this was year 2000. So this is 15 years later.
Wow.
No, yeah, 15 years or 14. Was it last year I took this picture?
I think this was
Mona Lisa's event.
10?
No, this is very recent. It's either this year or last year. I think it's last year. So 14 years, yeah, 14 years later.
All right, first things first. Now, how was growing up like for you? Was it tough? Was it memorable?
No, it wasn't tough.
Or
It
was
wasn't
it
tough.
normal?
I'm actually the last born in my family. So I came at a time where
Mommy's
things
boy.
were, I was such a mother's handbag. It's amazing that we don't even talk as much as we should. But I was such a mommy's handbag. I was a clutch bag. And I came at a time where things were good in the house. Like my dad had a great job. My mom was a nursing officer in the hospital. So things were good.
It was pretty normal.
It was very normal. We're very grounded family, very down to earth, very Nigerian suburban family. We were raised in a semi-Western and semi-Nigerian way. Semi-Western in the areas of entertainment. Okay. So my dad filled up the house with a lot of classics, the Gone with the Winds, Seven Brides for Seven Brothers, yes, My Fair Lady, Sound of Music, of course. And music-wise, we used to listen to a lot of country music, classicals, the Beethovens and Handel's Messiah and what have you.
Okay.
So,
Tush
yeah.
boy.
Tush, I would just say we were proper.
Okay.
We were proper. I mean, it's not like my father was a
tush.
billionaire, but we were above the comfortable.
All right, now, taking into cognizance, where you started and where you are now.
Yeah.
Are you happy with the life that you have?
Oh, of course. I mean, what I'm living now, I experience deja vu every day.
Was this really what you always wanted?
Yep,
or it was
I used
just
to
by
daydream.
chance or
I used to
providence?
chance. I don't do everything I have now, I've not gotten by chance. Everything has been preordained. I used to daydream in school. Like, when lecturers or teachers then were, lecturing, I would just travel and see myself doing what I am doing now. I'd actually imagine a full show or a full concert or a full movie. And so that some things that happen now, I'll be like, wow, has this happened before? No, you did dream this. So this is what I've always wanted to do right from when I was a teenager. Like, I would even say some kind of things, and then my friends in secondary school would say, you're quoting a sitcom, or they were like, guy, are you in a sitcom? You're acting like you're in a movie, or are you hosting a show?
And what are you most thankful for?
I'm thankful for where I am and who I am now. I'm thankful for everything. I'm a very thankful human being. I'm always saying thank you to God. Like, even on my way here, I was just saying thank you, Lord. Every time I get a new gig, every time I travel and land safely, every time I meet someone new that has a great impact on my life, or every time God uses me to help someone, even bad situations, like every time I go through some sort of a heartbreaking issue, I say thank you, Lord. At least I learned a new lesson. So I'm a very, very thankful person. I'm constantly thankful.
What are you most afraid of? What is your biggest fear?
They say God has not given us a spirit of fear. He's given us a spirit of love, a sound mind, and all that.
Christ
Christ
was afraid of dying at some point.
He wanted the cup to pass him by. But when you get to the stage where I am, and you've basically been through the fire and you've come out, unscathed and unburned. You just know that everything works together for good for those who love God. Then I used to be afraid of what will happen, but I'm not scared anymore.
Preach on, brother.
I'm not scared anymore because when I go through a situation now that warrants fear, what I do is like, okay, I know this too will pass. So what am I supposed to learn from this situation? So I always say, okay, God, what do you want me to learn from this? Let me not waste time crying over spilled milk. What do you want me to learn from this? I know I'm not going to die. I'm going to live to declare the word. I mean, I'm not going to die anytime soon by God's grace. I'm going to live to declare his word. I've survived sickness. My mother has been told, go and spend the last minutes with your son. He's giving up the ghost. And I woke up the next day. So sickness will never take me. I've been in a plane that almost lost one engine, was smoking, and it landed.
Wow.
Yes, a couple of years later, that same plane crashed.
Okay.
We're carrying some politicians. It crashed. That same plane, the propeller plane. I was in that plane, one engine, it started smoking. We're smelling burnt electricity in the plane. So I know accidents, sickness, and...
Well, you should wait until you meet Boko Haram.
That's not exactly in the line of my destiny. And if I do, maybe God will equip me to become Rambo.
All right, you're still on the Breakfast Show and, of course, on the What's Trending. Now, earlier yesterday, we actually had the honor to share a one-on-one chat and interview with Uti Nwachukwu, but unfortunately, we couldn't play the whole package because it was quite an extensive one-on-one chat. But not to worry, right now, we will get to play you the rest of the story and, of course, the rest of the package with Uti Nwachukwu. Have a look. Now, in 2010,
yes,
you lost your dad.
Yes.
And while you were still trying to entertain in a reality show.
Yes.
I mean, I can't even imagine how you must have felt.
No, you can't.
I know I would give up. I know I would lose morale.
You don't know until you're there.
But you were still able to juggle both, and you won.
Yeah.
So how were you able to
juggle
live,
both?
Yeah, with such pain.
Because, when reality hits you, that's when you become really affected by a situation. Being in the house for me, when they broke the news to me, of course I broke down for a couple of days, and because I was in a strange environment with one or two familiar faces, but strangers, it had really dawned on me. So for the first week after they told me, I was down, of course, remembering my dad and everything, but it didn't really sink in. Up until the moment I came out of the house, I saw my sisters wearing black. I went home, I saw my mom, she was looking very, she was looking weaker, like, she had, obviously she'd been crying, but she said to my family, and this is the first thing that's put a smile on my face this year, Uti winning at least, something good. So for me, it didn't really sink in until I came out.
Were you very close to him?
We were very close when I was young. Then the teenage era, I rebelled a bit. Mm-hmm. We always, boys, you must rebel small now. Mm-hmm. So why it hurt me much, and why sometimes I still enter my corner and cry till today, is because my father and I just started getting close as adults. Wow. He started talking to me like his friend. He started talking to me about entertainment because he was a bit uncertain about what I was doing. So he started calling me to say, how far now? You on T-Cell? I watched one episode. Okay. That Bachelor's, is he out? What's up with gigs? What's up with gigs? I don't want you just, So we started talking, and then when issues will happen, like when I had issues with my friends, I would call him and say, Daddy, see what I'm saying? No, Uti, don't allow this to affect the friendship, So we're talking like mentor and mentee, and protege. So we just started getting close as adults. We're sharing stories. I started to understand him more. And I'm so much like my father. Like, I used to think he used to overreact and get angry, but I'm like, I can't, my patience level is at 0. All
right, now, your life now. Life on the fab lane, as most people will say it.
Oh, yes.
What is one thing, we know that, fame, money, and everything changes people.
Yeah.
What is one thing that you would say has been consistent with you, even from humble beginnings, so to speak, to where you are now? Something that life has not really taken away from?
Nothing.
Nothing?
I'm still the same person. The only thing is,
really?
I am. Like my friends watching this thing from primary school and secondary school will say, this Uti, that's what happens whenever they meet me now. This Uti never change, yeah. You don't
so what is it about you that you are saying has not changed?
I'm still very mischievous. I'm a very mischievous person. I love to laugh. I'm constantly making fun of my friends. If you see me, if you come into a room where my old friends and I are, all right, you would roll on the floor laughing because we're constantly taking jabs at each other. I haven't changed. The only thing that might have changed about me is the fact that I am less trusting of human beings because I've met vultures in my industry.
Oh.
I came into the industry with an open heart. I'm of the philosophy of growing together, not growing alone. But that has definitely got to be one of my biggest physical mistakes ever. But spiritually, it's been one of the best things that has ever happened to me because rewards come from God, not humans. But my industry is just filled with, let's just say, I learned a lesson not to.
All right, now just before we go,
be too
we
personal.
know that we have, there has been hundreds, of reports by the tabloids and speculations by people.
Oh yeah, it's part of the fame
about your, your private life, your love life, dating, and all that.
Yeah.
Now, how exactly would you react to those, damning reports, so to speak, in a very, what I would call a dangerously sensitive issue in this part of the world?
No. It's not.
What would you candidly say to those people who write about you?
The thing about it is that there should be no reaction at all because it's baseless. It's rubbish. It's not sensible. And the mistake I made was even paying any attention to it. That's why we grow. When I was younger, I reacted with so much anger. Go on social media and say, God, we punish you people, die fire, all my enemies. But then I was younger. I was fresh in the industry. I was, like I said, my patience level is getting better as the years roll by. As I'm getting older. I think hitting 30 was one of the best things that ever happened to me. At 30, I just didn't care. Because you've come so far, you know that God has got your back. And people will talk because...
You'll pass for 28.
What?
You'll pass for 28.
I could pass, thank you. Stop it. But yeah, people will talk. And you have to have titanium skin in the industry. If you do not have rumors about you, it means you're a total failure. Okay. Especially if you're a brand, so to speak.
Finally, your issue with Jim Ike. The joke you made about his relationship.
Oh yeah, that
he got upset, you apologized.
Of course.
Pretty candid. But what I really want to know, were you truly sorry
of course.
You really did that just
do you know
to
me?
make peace?
That's the problem with people. That my friends that know me called me and said, Guy, you must really like Jim Ike. I'm like, yes, he's someone I've always looked up to. He's someone I like. If you know me, if I don't like you, you don't exist to me. Like, I don't care. Like, I won't even talk about you. And Jara is it's an open script. We can decide to talk about this and not, especially the gossip section. So if we do talk about it, it's because we like you. You understand? If I do not like you, if I do not have respect for you, I would totally ignore you. So for me, it wasn't about him. It wasn't about the issue. It was about me offending or someone I liked feeling that I was going out of my way to disrespect him. For me, I was reaching out in a friendly way, just like I would do to my friends, and then they would say, Uti, you be good and laugh.
And the future implications.
But maybe it was a sensitive issue, and when he expressed the fact that he wasn't happy about it, not how they exaggerated about it in the media. Of course, when someone offends you, you clap back and say, Guy, this is not cool. Why would you do that? I guess, so how would you feel if I say this about you? This is, I don't appreciate what you did.
Now, there's a picture I want to show you, if we can have it.
No!
What were you feeling like, Mr. Uti?
This was a joke. Like I said, I posted
a joke gone viral.
No, this was when I was in Angola. This was 2008. 2008 November-ish or thereabouts. I went to Angola and it was actually Rico and his sister that took this picture of me.
Let the cameras show me what this is.
I would never be caught dead doing this now. This was a joke, actually.
Feeling all fly and sexy with himself.
Try and be sexy. I mean, dude, it's not like I have six packs or huge pecs or anything. So this was an obvious joke. They're like, Uti, you look like a supermodel, just pose. And I was like, yeah, baby.
Okay.
So,
the directors are screaming in my ears that we don't have much time. But final words before we go. What would you say, briefly, what would you say to all the, out there, people out there, youths out there who, are trying to make a meaning like you did? What would you say to them?
I would say just don't take no for an answer, especially if it has something to do with what you've been daydreaming about. Do not take no for an answer. Try again. Like our current president, do you know how many times he tried to rule this country? And I don't think there's any better time than now for him to rule because they preach change, and if they really brought the change.
I'm afraid I have to cut you. I'm
He's
sorry.
going to get the change.
So yes, we have been speaking to Mr. Uti Nwachukwu, and hopefully, thank you so much, by the way,
Of course,
for coming. Thank you for being as candid as you could be. And he's a clown. I'm sure you're not surprised. But yes, it's a wrap on the what's trending. And thank you so much for watching. Yes, I'm Moses Omoghena, and I definitely will be seeing you next time. Bye for now.